starting off with music, and the words are going to appear on the screen magically in just a couple of minutes. The first song is I Start My Day With Love. So if you're able to, and it works for you, stand, because you can sing so much better when you're standing, because your body fills up with air more readily. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with you. I start my day with peace. I feel the sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel the sweet release of peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. All right. The next song is I'm Waking Up. If you weren't already, it's your turn to do that now. I'm waking up to the power of my mind. I'm waking up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind, and in this power I'm set free. I'm waking up to the power of my mind. I'm waking up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind, and in this power I'm set free. Oh, life can be good. Oh, life can be sweet. Oh, life can be good, and it's all up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind. I'm waking up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind, and in this power I'm set free. I'm waking up to the power of my mind. I'm waking up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind, and in this power I'm set free. Oh, life can be good. Oh, life can be sweet. Oh, life can be good, and it's all up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind. I'm waking up to me. I'm waking up to the power of my mind, and in this power I'm set free. And in this power I'm set free. And in this power I'm set free. And now that we're awake, we're going to send our love. And here comes Carol. She's going to lead us in the... Yeah, we missed you last time. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me, and it returns to me. Thank you, Carol. Yay! And next we have announcements, and I'm not sure who's doing them today.
And they are here, right? Oh boy, I'm not focusing too good. What? That's not the right one. Happy Father's Day. Come on. Okay, here we go. July 23rd. Does that sound better? All righty. All righty. Welcome to Unity of Modesto. We're going to keep our message short and sweet today. You probably like that, right? Newcomers, welcome to Unity of Modesto. If this is your first time here at Unity, we'd like to welcome you with a welcome package. So if you're here for the first time, please raise your hand. Do we have anybody for the first time? I don't think so today. So we can give you a welcome packet. Okay, about today's speaker. Are your glasses any better? Sorry, I just can't focus with these.
I don't know if they're the right ones. Let's try them out.
This'll work. This'll work. Thank you. All right. So, our today's speaker is Rev Margie Brach, and she's an ordained Unity minister who currently serves as the senior minister of her alternative ministry, Unity in Action, supporting the Unity ministries of Northern California with guest speaking, teaching, retreats, and workshops. She is blessing us today with an exciting message. Please give her a warm welcome. How many of you remember Margie when she attended here? Yeah. Okay, coming up, we've got some guest speakers lined up through September to bring us loving messages and reminders. Next week, July 30th, we'll have another guest speaker from Walnut Creek, licensed Unity teacher Ron Salazar. We're looking forward to hearing our Unity guests, and we hope you will join us to meet them and share their message. Okay, so did anybody want to talk about script, or Leah has something to talk to us about? Right? Yeah. Okay.
I don't like using microphones.
I forgot it's being filmed. Okay. Can you turn that off, Brian? All right, we'll make this fast. We had our board meeting last week. I wasn't able to attend, but I got all the scoop from all of the board members. A couple of things I'd like to make the congregation aware of. We talked about a preschool. We're going to be doing a presentation of that in the next few weeks for the congregation, so we can get input from all of you and hopefully move forward with this idea. But the bigger fundraiser we have will happen on September 8th, and we're planning to do a spaghetti feed. And this is going to require the assistance of everyone in the congregation. We're going to be pre-selling tickets. Dinners will be available drive-through, like Jack in the Box. And also you can come in and sit and have a meal. But we are going to form a committee, and we are blessed that Joni is heading that committee. So we will have a sign-up sheet in the back. We look forward to everyone participating, and I can tell you that, when Joni and I discussed this in March, I actually got the idea from one of my clients, and his organization netted over $12,000. And they do that every year. I would be happy with a few $1,000s. So we will have more information about that. All right. And lastly, just to bring everybody up to speed where we are in terms of a minister search, the packet that has to go to headquarters in Missouri is being reviewed by Reverend Joe Sloan. I hope to hear from him this week and get the green light for that to go. All right. Any questions? Okay. Do we offer congratulations? Okay, well, we have a newly engaged couple, Maria and John. Stand up so they can see you. All right, and I'm done.
This is the time in our service when we join hands and sing the Lord's Prayer. So stand and join up with the neighbor. Thank you. I think it's a daily word. Daily word. Thank you. Here comes Gary.
Thank you. I love it when it's actually open to the right page. Oh, it's 2015? Well, it'll work today. No, it is the 17th. Divine revelations awaken me to a greater understanding. So the big title is Awakening. Daily routines may keep me paused from fully experiencing life. As I move through my activities, I may be half conscious of my actions. Being awake is a state of consciousness. Still, when I remain present and wholly engaged in each moment, in each activity, I began to experience spiritual awakenings in every instant. Practices such as meditation, inspirational reading, and attending sacred services may aid in deepening my spiritual understanding. Spiritual awakening occurs when I dedicate myself to the awareness of spirit active in my life. Engaging in daily interactions and activities can also be catalysts to higher levels of consciousness. And our biblical text for today is Isaiah. Yeah, I should put my glasses on. I think that says 60.19, but it might be 80. The Lord will be your everlasting light, and your God will be your glory. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. This is the time that we're preparing for meditation. So take a deep breath.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul.
I invite you to relax now into this time of meditation. Just relax into the beauty of the song, the music we hear, the beauty of this place. And if you're comfortable to close your eyes, I invite you to do that now. Or gaze with soft eyes on the beauty before you. For it is with soft eyes that we see most clearly. I do invite you to begin to feel the support beneath you. The chair, the ground beneath your feet, and even the support around you. For For this is a safe place. A place of support and love. And gently remembering together what we've always known. If you'd like to just notice your breath, just notice it now. The in and the out breath. And as we do this, we relax even more. The listening energy around our head gently descends to that listening area behind our heart. That place where we always know the truth. And in that place of listening, we go within for a moment in the silence. We are grateful, so grateful for this that lives within us and all around us. Grateful for knowing the truth for ourselves, our lives, and our larger community. Because living from this place, we know that we are the beloved of God, in whom God is well pleased. And whatever our experience has been that brings us here, the foundation has been laid for the abundant good that lies ahead. We're so grateful for this time of remembering, and grateful to know that the best is yet to come. And so it is, and always shall be. Amen. If you'd like to join me in our July affirmation, you'll find that on the inside cover of your bulletin. It's a happy affirmation. I sizzle with the energy of joy and the warmth of God's love. Let's affirm that again together. I sizzle with the energy of joy and the warmth of God's love. Sizzling is appropriate for July, isn't it? I've been doing a little sizzling lately. Oh, it's really nice to be back here with you. I have so many happy memories coming here. I first started attending Unity at Christ Unity in Sacramento in 1988, and I had the blessing of having a job offered to me here in the Modesto area in 1992, and I moved here, and I was welcomed with open arms at Unity Church in Modesto. And Norm, I see you sitting there, and I know you're one of the people who welcomed me so warmly. Thank you. Yeah. And I was here until I started ministerial school in 2004. My husband, Bob, followed me soon after that, and you're just living our hearts all the time. One of the things I've been reflecting on in getting ready to come see you today is all the change that we have all been experiencing in our lives, in our communities, our families, and in the world in recent times. Isn't it just astounding to you sometimes? It just feels like everything's moving so quickly. And I found a lot of comfort in looking at some of the other faith traditions around the world. In Buddhism, they call it impermanence. And in fact, a very key Buddhist teaching is that impermanence is an undeniable and inescapable fact of human existence, from which nothing and no one on this earth can escape. We're all in it together. There you go. Even Hinduism have a very special teaching about this, one that I really was drawn to. And it is that these difficulties we find with impermanence and change, they can be overcome by locating and uniting with that center of permanence that exists within us. That center is our soul, that part of us that is immortal, it is permanent, and it is stable. Doesn't that sound like unity teachings to you? One presence, one power, God, and the divinity within us through which we co-create the experience we want to have in the world. There's a book that really made a big difference for me, and I discovered it while I was attending this church years ago. It's called Finding Yourself in Transition. Does anyone else here remember that book? It's powerful work. Yeah, there you go. We're all in this together, yes. And this was a book written by Rev Robert Brach, and it was written from his own experience, because he hit a time in his life at age 45 where he did not know which way to turn. His marriage of 25 years was abruptly ending. He was the minister of a very prosperous, successful church in Kansas, and all of a sudden, he wasn't the minister anymore. He was filing bankruptcy. He felt like his life was ending, and he did not know where to turn. And the advice he got from friends just didn't help at all. I mean, they were saying things like, well, you know you need to get on with your life. And, oh, that's in the past now. And it didn't help. And going into his prayer time, what he realized for himself was that he needed a map that he could use to navigate his way through the territory of his life with all these things that seemed to be crumbling around him. And he also knew deep down in his soul, in his heart of hearts, that he wanted this to be a transformative experience. And so he set out to create that for himself and put it together in this book. Thank goodness. Because I don't know about you, but I haven't always handled change really well. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes I have a sense that something needs to change, and I pretend it's not happening. I wish it away, I ignore it, I distract myself doing something else. And when I try to avoid it, it seems to be a bit like a cosmic 2x4. You know what I mean? Anyone else ever experienced that? Good, I'm not alone, I'm so glad. And in the midst of one of those kinds of experiences, his book became available to me. And being a Unity student at the time, I had, of course, with that one of many of those experiences, that was exciting, wasn't it? No. But with one of those experiences, and more of them, when they've happened, I felt like it was something being done to me. And it must be someone else's or something else's responsibility, right? And then I switched because I was a Unity student. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. I thought, oh my gosh, what have I done? What was I thinking? What did I bring on myself? Well, in this book, what he suggests is that rather than spending too much time on second guessing ourselves, take what we can learn from the experience and then taking what we learn, look at how we can respond now, given what is, given where we are, and be gentler with ourselves as we move forward. And I love one of the little descriptions he gives us in the book of that process. He talks about a little caterpillar that is on a big, beautiful oriental carpet. And this little caterpillar is making its way across this carpet. And there's one big blob of color. And it makes its way, there's another big blob of color. And time after time, and it doesn't know where it is or what's going on, but it just keeps moving across through each of those fields of change. And when it gets to the other side, it turns into a butterfly and flies back across and sees the pattern that was unfolding before it the whole time. It's a powerful experience when we focus on the transformative aspects of change in our lives. In the 1990s, when I was taking some of the classes that helped prepare me for becoming a Unity minister, I attended church at Unity Village one time, and it was at Unity Village Chapel. Big hall there. I don't know, have any of you ever been there? Oh yeah, it's such a special place. And the minister speaking that day was Reverend Paul Barrett, longtime Unity minister, and he told a story of a farmer. And he told about this farmer and a mule that had served him so well through the years, but really couldn't work anymore. But he kept that mule as a pasture ornament. He loved that mule, and that mule loved him right back. And it kept its grass mowed, you know, and one day he looked out and the mule wasn't there. And he was really concerned. He got out and he started walking the fence lines and trying to figure out what was going on. And then he saw that those big sturdy boards he had put over a deep dry well had broken through. And his beloved friend was laying lifeless at the bottom. He couldn't even imagine letting go. He wanted to try to haul this beloved mule out of there, and it was too deep, and he thought, I can't do it, and he's not moving. He's gone. And so he did the most humane thing he could think up to do. He thought, this well needs to be filled in. And he went and he got a wheelbarrow full of dirt. And he dumped it in. And he went back for another. And he didn't know what was going on at the bottom of that well. But that mule had that dirt hit it, and it woke up. And it stood up, and it shook off that dirt, and it stamped it down under its feet, and it came up just a little bit higher. And he kept dumping the dirt in, and the mule shook it off and stamped it down and came up a little higher till that mule stepped out of that well, shaking it off and stepping up. Sometimes that's what we've got to do to make it through tough times, isn't it? We've all heard of post-traumatic stress disorder, haven't we? medical professionals have found a new condition. It's called post-traumatic growth syndrome. Post-traumatic growth syndrome. And this is the definition: a positive psychological change that occurs as a result of one's struggle with a highly challenging, stressful, and traumatic event. A positive psychological change that comes from struggling with a traumatic event. How many of you have ever gone through a really rough time in life, and after you're through it and you can look back saying, that's the best thing that's ever happened to me? Guess what? We've got it. We have got post-traumatic growth syndrome. Oh, thank goodness. You know, thank goodness that there are people in the world and in unity that support us in finding the good in situations we move through, that help us to stay on the path of taking that constructive action and moving forward. I've had a lot of different kinds of experiences in my life. And one of them, and for people who know me from here, probably remember I've been kind of a take charge person. And I learned a lot more about myself in ministerial school and how to work with other people in a more constructive, collaborative way. And I was challenged to do that a lot in school, in the role I had with Unity, overseeing ordinations for 5 years after my own ordination. And one of the things that really helped me and guided me through that process was a classmate of mine. Her name's Reverend Jennifer Holder. And she came from a ministry where they used a discernment process to figure out what they're going to do next as a community. And so she was always asking us, she was saying, what is mine to do? What is yours to do? What is ours to do as a group? Always in this discernment process. And this is completely tied into this idea of us being one with God and each other. This knowing that divinity within us allows us to co-create our experience, set an intention, and move in that direction altogether. And it was from that perspective that Robert Brummett wrote another book about this change process, one called Birthing a Greater Reality. And in that book, he said, we are God's hands and feet in this universe. When we know change is coming, we don't have to avoid it and push it back and then get whacked with it. When we know change is happening, we can set our intention and we can move towards it together, guided divinely by that wisdom within and around and among us. It's a powerful way to live when we remember to do it. I know for myself, like I said, it's been a journey. When I went into ministerial school in 2004, my husband Bob had also applied to go into that same class. And at the last minute, he decided he didn't want to go. And so I moved part-time to Missouri, and I was flying back and forth every 10 days, and he was coming out to see me there every couple of months, and you know, because we knew that we wanted to grow through the experience together. And it was a bumpy ride sometimes, because I was changing a lot because of my ministerial studies. And 2 months before I was getting ready to be ordained in Unity, he decided he wanted to go. And so we sold our Promised Land farm here in Modesto, a 5-acre property with lots of beloved animals, the most beautiful petting zoo I've ever seen, and adopted out all the animals except our dog Duchess. And off we moved. We bought a home in Missouri, very close to Unity Village. And I was going around and I was doing a lot of guest speaking and but asking myself this question, what is mine to do? And I knew that there was something more I was supposed to do for Unity, and the best I knew to prepare myself was just to keep serving the communities in that 5-state area around where we lived. And then I was invited to oversee ordination for Unity. And they wanted to create a platform to unify and harmonize things. And I was able to collaborate with all these groups of ministers and leaders in Unity as we developed this process. And right at the point that I felt like we were bringing part of it to a close, I was talking on the phone to my parents back here in California. And things were different. And I could tell that we were needed here. And so, knowing in my heart that we would need to come back to California, I did everything I could to hand that process off to the next person at work. And one day, as we were preparing for this, I asked my husband, Bob, if you could choose anywhere you wanted to live in California, where would it be? And he told me it was a neighborhood where I used to live before I moved to Modesto. I was quite happy. And from then, the wheels just started turning. We started getting things going with selling our home there, and we put our house on the market, and within a very short time, and I've got to tell you, this is when the housing market was at its lowest. Within a very short time, there's a contract for our home to sell at 93% of the list price. And we thought, wow, okay, I guess we're supposed to go. We didn't have any place to live in Sacramento, though. And so we put together a list of all the things we wanted in a new house. And we broke it all down. And then we gave ourselves 3 days to go to Sacramento and find this new place. And we flew into Sacramento and stayed with my sister. We were going around and didn't think it was going to happen. Didn't think it was possible. At the end of that 3 days, we had our new home. And 2 months from when we listed our property, we were in our new home in Sacramento. And I've got to tell you, many of the things on that list had already come true just by that. The neighborhood we wanted to be in. And we had other ideas, places to teach and to learn nearby. Bob's a yoga teacher now. And all that stuff, we weren't sure how it was going to show up, but I've got to tell you, 5 years later, everything we put on that list has come forward in one way or another. And moving back to Sacramento when we did, we were able to host my parents' 60th anniversary celebration in our home. And it was just a few months later that my dad got sick and crossed over to the other side. And we were there. And we've been there with my mom. She moved back to Sacramento when my dad passed. My younger sister moved back from Seattle. And for the first time in over 30 years, all of us are living in the same community again. This is a powerful thing when we are able to know what it is that we want to co-create, when we are able to collectively point our resources and our actions, our thoughts, our words in that direction. Because as we do that, a world of possibilities opens up for us and for all the people in our community. It was a couple thousand years ago. There was a man who, he grew up poor. And he worked in the trades. But when he was in about 30, something happened where suddenly he started seeing the world and everything in it so much differently. And he knew he needed to share his new understanding of the sacred scriptures of that time with more people. And so he set out to do that. He started teaching and helping others. And his ideas, their time had come. And at that point, when he was growing in power and popularity and people were following him around in droves, the government and political leaders were threatened. And they did not want him there. He knew that change was coming. I don't think he wanted that change. But he knew how to prepare others to carry on what he had been teaching and practicing himself. And that's where he focused. You know, over 2,000 years later, how many centers like this are there around the world where people are continuing to be blessed by that message? Sometimes change feels like it hits us. Sometimes we see it coming. How do we want to respond? We always know the answers in our heart. The divinity within guides us at every step of the way. I'm so grateful that we're remembering this together today. I'm grateful to be back here in Unity Church in Modesto visiting all of you, and grateful that we're making this journey of co-creation together. Bless you, my friends.
There's a time in your life when the world is on your side. You might not feel it, you might not see it, but it surrounds you like a light, makes you stronger for the fight. Never letting go, gotta learn to grow. Watch me as I touch the sky. Still I fly. Now I know it's what I gotta do. Make a dream come true. Give it all I've got this time. Still I fly. Still I fly. Feel the wind all around. All the courage to be found. Who knows what's out there? I know I'll get there. Off into the sun. I know I'm not the only one that's never letting go. Got to learn to grow. Watch me as I touch the sky. Still I fly. Now I know it's what I got to do. Find a dream that's new. Live it all I've got this time. Still I fly. Still I fly. Oh, still I fly. Breathe it in. I'm gonna shine. I'm moving on. Never letting go, got to learn to grow. Watch me as I touch the sky. Still I fly. Now I know it's what I've gotta do. Got a dream to give it all I've got this time. Still I fly. Still I fly. Still I fly. Still I fly.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't we have a magnificent trio here? Look at, aren't these guys wonderful? Thank you. And wasn't Margie great? Don't we all have lots of things to think about this week? Wonderful. Thank you so much. And now, Richard, if you'll bring up the prayer box. You know, Unity was founded on the experience, not just an idea or a sweet thought about, oh, prayer is nice, but the experience, actual happenings of prayers being answered. So we always invite you to put in your requests. And Richard, if you'll do a prayer for us.
Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, these prayers are but windows that your love flows through to all hearts everywhere. Om peace.
And now, do we have our offertory saying up there? Oh, good, because I'm going to run back and get one of the baskets and help take up collection. So everybody, put your hands around what you have to share, whether it's coming out of your pocket or it's sitting next to you. It's the love out of your heart. And let's say together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, gentlemen. I was prepared to do a mad dash.
You have words. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
And that song says it all. God gives us everything we need. And we know that that is true not only for us as individuals, as that loving source and spirit flows through us, but for this group, for this congregation, for this church that gives and shares and spreads the love and joy that has been that wonderful teaching for thousands of years. We are so thankful for all of it, and so it is. Amen. Amen. And now if you'd all join me in saying the prayer of protection. Do it. Yay. Love it when it works. Technology is wonderful when it works. How many times have we all said that? Let's say together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now if you'd like to make a big circle, and we're all going to sing the peace song